acting on that very capacity. And every of us love her. While my sister Monica was around, she stands in. Anytime our prime minister has a program and he has double meeting, he can't be able to attend, he will send her. And every one of us, we applaud her and clap for her, introduce her as the COS. Whenever the prime minister is busy and cannot speak, she is the next person. For you to have access to the prime minister, you must pass through her. So many information trickle down from her office down. The office of the prime minister. That very office of the prime minister is being managed by somebody, the COS. We had no problem. Up until even the declaration, we saw her on that same position. She was acting on that same position, defending the prime minister, Mazi Simon. The only thing we have to do is to give her all the support, stand beside her, and pray that the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon, joins us very soon. And then we continue from where we start. Already, every one of us know the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon, but he's not a lazy man. He's a man who works ahead of time. That is why a man that works with a target, when he came into this struggle, he said, there is no way he will fight for this struggle 5 years with nothing to offer. He gave 5 years target. We are in that 50 years. 5 years target to declare Biafra. And he captured that fight. Do you think he's a lazy man? He is not. And he doesn't just say a word and sit back. He works. He puts things in place. And that is why I play the message of our COS when she said that the Prime Minister have laid down the structure for the restoration of Biafra from A to Z. That is why I play that very audio each time I start before I start. She explained it that the structure has been laid from A to Z. So even if he's not there, the only thing you need to do is to just to follow the order. Just to follow the instruction. And the only person today that can speak on his behalf, act on his behalf, is the chief of staff. And that is where every Biafran has to stand and continue to protect that office. You are not protecting an individual. For some of you who maybe when they call a name, your body begin to shake and you begin to shiver. No. I want you to begin to put the office in the place of any name, the office of the Prime Minister. The office of the Prime Minister must be protected. And there is somebody acting on behalf of that office. That person must be protected. It doesn't matter who the person is. It doesn't matter whether male or female, old or young, poor or rich. Whoever the Prime Minister, whom you trusted, have given the charge to take care of the office, you must, if you are a loyal follower, if you are truly seeking for the restoration of Biafra, if you are under the United States of Biafra, except you are not under the United States of Biafra, if you are not under the United States of Biafra, I have no problem with you. Go ahead and support whoever you want to support and follow who you want to follow. But you cannot be using the name United States of Biafra and yet you do not respect the office of the Prime Minister. Every insult against the Deputy Prime Minister interim, the COS, is an insult to the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Exile. The whole world watched her on stage. During the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra in Finland, the whole world stood still and they were watching her. She stood and she put down pen. She spoke on behalf of the Prime Minister of Biafra, Republic of Exile. She never promoted herself or spoke on her own name. She was standing in for the office of the Prime Minister. And she has been standing in for the office of the Prime Minister till today. Just like our Prime Minister used to do, she has learned a lot from him. Whatever steps she takes today are the things that the Prime Minister has already put in place. All she needs to do is to go back, convey the cabinet and tell them what the Prime Minister has in stock. And most of the things you are seeing, the members of the cabinet already know about them. Even though some of them continue to deny because of one reason or the other, one selfish reason or the other. There is no single step that she has taken today that members of the cabinet are not aware. They are very much aware. Only that there are people who are aggrieved for one reason or another. And because you are aggrieved, you begin to deny the fact. It is not the best. We have to focus on defending and protecting the newborn baby, the United States of Biafra. That newborn baby needs milk, it needs water. We should concentrate on providing milk and water for the youngest nation in the world, the United States of Biafra. Don't get distracted. There will always be people who are aggrieved. There will always be people who are dissatisfied. But the way you manage your word and your actions shows how mature you are. You might have a genuine reason or genuine points to make, but the way you present it makes it automatically wrong. Makes you look unreasonable, that people will not listen to you anymore. For anyone to stand against someone whom Mazisa Marapa trusted so much, the office of the COS is not office to play. I want you to go back and look at every country of the world. Go and check who is appointed as a COS. The president doesn't just wake up, or the prime minister doesn't just wake up and choose anybody in the street as a COS. COS in every system of the government is always the most trusted person to the prime minister, because she is going to handle very sensitive issues, whoever the person is. So that office is not an office. If you don't trust that the person in that office, it means you don't trust the prime minister himself. If you do not trust the person that the prime minister appoints on that position, you are equally telling the world that you don't trust the prime minister. That is what you're telling to the whole world. It is sad what is happening today, but it is bound to happen, and there is no cause for alarm. We remain focused on the United States of Biafra. That is the way to go, and there is no going back. And before we go deep, I want also to refresh back. Why I'm going to play this video is for you, those of you who claim to be confused, those who say they are confused, who say they don't know what is happening now. You have to know what is happening. And I want to let you know that the whole world saw what you did. You and I did what we did in Finland. The declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra. And whoever stands there to make that declaration and sign signatures is the person that should be supported. And if the United Nations wants to call upon anybody or refer to anybody, if any part of the world that wants to pay attention to it, they are going to refer to that person, because she has the legal backing of the Biafrans. The legal backing. Everyone that stepped into that very house that day during the day of convention, she has the legal backing. It doesn't matter if you disagree with her now. That is your own personal matter. Nobody cares about that. You can go and settle it. But the world knows somebody who they saw on that day. And I want to play a portion of what transpired that day, the speech of the COS. I want you to pay attention before we will come back and continue on the program.
And thank you so much, the friends of Biafrans. Welcome to this wonderful event in Finland. Thank you so much for coming. Again, my name is Dr. Ngozi Orobweze, the Chief of Staff to the Biafra Republic government in exile and the de facto homeland. I welcome all of you today in Finland. Our greatest thanks goes to the person that made this dream a reality today. His Excellency, the Peace Ambassador. His Excellency Simon Ekpa. Thank you so much.
Injunction have begun.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I know you all hold him so dear. And for Finland to do what they did to us today, we will never forget. So, on that note, I welcome everyone here today. I welcome all the Brigade Cabinet members. I welcome all the liaison officers, the reps. I welcome all the de facto administrators that are here with us today. I welcome all the help, all the international lawyers that are here today. We thank you. We thank you so much. Asina mbelede nyiri dike mana mbelede keji amadike. And our Prime Minister has always told us to be ready for a day like this. That is going to come. We thank all our foot soldiers in our Biafra territory, protecting our land, safeguarding the lives of our women and children, making Biafra a safe place. One of the safest places you have in Nigeria today is Biafra land. So we thank them. I just want to use this opportunity to once again recognize our leader. Nnamdi Kanu Hamadike Fundibo.
Just struggle autopilot until Nnamdi come out. Simon not the pilot. Go to hell, tell Elisa we know before. Put Charlie for call.
Hamadike is today being held by the Nigeria DSS. And they think that if they take away Hamadike, there will be nothing like Biafra, right? Hamadike, he told them, you all have held me for 4 years. What will the 5th year do for me? Because of him, and because of our Prime Minister, and because of the heroes and heroines of Biafra, we are doing what we are doing today. And nobody can stop us. On that note, I just want to welcome everyone here and let you know behind the scene, there have been the Brigade Cabinet officials that have been working behind the scene day and night to make sure that we are all going home en masse in 2025. All Biafrans have traveled from all over the world. Every part of the world. You will see one Biafra here that's come from that part of the world. And we thank you so much. And on this note, if everyone except the media could sit, and I would love all the Brigade Cabinet officials to please stand up wherever you are sitting. Please. Please. Dear friends, these are the people that have been making things happen behind the scene. The names are so many, and because we are already running out of time, we're not going to be able to name them individually, but please take your time. If you see any of these individuals, please thank them for us. They are why we are here today. I want to also use this opportunity to let us all know there'll be few slight changes in our schedule today from the agenda we have, and we would like everyone to really work with us based on existing information we have. And on that note, I thank you all so much. Welcome, dear friends, to Finland. Thank you.
What the vibes?
No sound, though. You mute yourself.
Nobody there here.
Sorry, I muted myself. Sorry. So my fellow Biafrans that are watching, I appreciate every one of you. I have a reason for playing this very clip, just to let us know where we are coming from and where we should be and where we are going. Because some of us tend to forget where we are coming from. That is why some of us are still confused. Just like the Department of Sabotua, we are confused during the time of the DOS or whatever they call themselves. They got confused and they remained standstill on one place, talking about agitation, while we have already moved on into restoration. Up to this moment, while Biafra has been declared, they are still talking about sensitization and agitation. It is important that we always take people along, that we are moving ahead. We cannot, if you understand the Prime Minister and know who the Prime Minister is, he's not somebody who will stay in one place and be doing one thing for a long time. He had a target when he came. He said 5 good years. There's no time he will be there within 5 years without doing nothing. That is why I have to take you back to memory lane. You saw what transpired, and you saw that the duty of the Prime Minister was still going on, even in his absence, because we are talking about the office, not an individual. That very office is active and remains active, and somebody have been chosen, which every one of us supported. We had no problem when the Prime Minister chose her. And you saw her introduction and what she did. All thanks and everything she said was for Prime Minister. When you go forward and look at where she was signing other documents, it was all on behalf of the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, who is standing in that office. If you are somehow suggesting that that office is no longer effective, I wonder if you are still part of the United States of Biafra. If you are part of the United States of Biafra, you have no reason to doubt whatever is coming from that office. Our Prime Minister is not dead. He is not in prison. And he will join us sooner than you expect. Every one of us should not be distracted. We are moving forward. Today, we are on pursuing the recognition of Biafra and the defense of Biafra land. If you are still caging yourself into process of declaration, we have passed that. It has been declared. Biafra been declared, and the whole world watched it. They saw us. They saw videos that emerged from that very place. Today, we are moving forward. It is forward ever and backward never. If you're one of those who is still stand still, sorry, you better begin to move and go with us. Pursue us and catch us. We are moving ahead. We are now in recognition and defense of Biafra land. That should be the area that concerns us and that we should look at. Look at the topic I chose today. I say, happening now, United States of Biafra, Deputy Prime Minister to COS, Dr. Ngozi Orabueze, engaging Biafrans and the world. That is exactly where we are. That's where she is today. We have seen her attend one of the interviews, and so many that you cannot see online. And she's going to be with the Biafrans tomorrow, being 12. She is going to come out with all the members of the cabinet and speak to Biafrans to elaborate on certain things that we do not know or answer questions that Biafrans are going to ask. It is going to be amazing. 8 p.m. tomorrow, she is going to be online. And we will proceed while we expect the arrival of our Prime Minister, which might happen. Even it can happen after I finish the program. You might see his tweet. It can happen at any time. None of us.
I feel we should do as Biafrans, as people who genuinely want Biafra to be actualized, moving forward. So then, what I saw on Vam this morning was more of apologetic mission. I did not see all of it, yeah, but he was very, very apologetic. Like somebody, I don't know what happened, if he suddenly realizes himself, his mistakes, and like I said, maybe you will want to take a look at that program, maybe later, whatever, but he sounds unbelievably apologetic, and I'm going to try. I would have called him right away because I have his personal number, but because he will be at work now, so I wouldn't like to kind of disturb him at work, but I will maybe I will send a text to him that we have to emphasize on this. Everybody must queue in behind Dr. Ngozi Orabueze. From the time I watched that interview he had in London on Koiki and one other Ghanaian program, I was all the more convinced that she is very qualified, unbelievably qualified, intellectually, physically, otherwise, she is just qualified. Now, again, like I told you when we spoke the last, I don't have crystal ball to be able to speak of any human intent. Only God has that capacity. But what we all have to do is to queue behind her and watch the direction she's taking us, because yeah, like I said, we just have to watch and see what happens moving forward. The PM has demonstrated that, like he always say, they do it a show. Everybody see what the PM did in a space of 2 to 3 years was visible for all to see. So there was no doubt. Those who were doubting and calling him a Nigerian agent or blah, 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 it was very obvious that these people are mischievous. They are enemy of Biafrans. The DOS and the IPOB, these guys who are working for Nigerian government, working for Igbo politicians, the Uzodimans of this world. So it's obvious because there are two people that the Nigerian government is after as we speak. One is our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, is incarcerated, is in their custody for more than three years now. The other one is our PM, whom they don't have in their own custody, and with Tanchuko Okabe, but personally, I've always known that they cannot have him now, but they've tried everything they could with the help of probably the British. I cannot elaborate on that, but anyway, so to have been able to restrict him, believing that by calling him for questioning or detaining, whatever it is, that was going to hamper the redeclaration, but that failed hopefully because Biafra has been redeclared. Now, my I wouldn't say much surprise, but rather disappointment was that just days after the redeclaration, everything seems to have scattered. You know, sort of like what I mean, how is that possible for Christ's sake? I was like, what the heck is going on? How is it possible that same people who has so much responsibility with commitment to drive this thing home and now fighting among each other? So what Vavava was saying today, of course, which I'm going to be testing to him, is that what you are doing now is what I've expected you all to have done. Even if there's disagreement, it's normal. Disagreement is normal among people.
It is.
Yeah, parents, mother, children, father, whatever. Wherever you have more than 2, 3 persons, there's bound to be disagreement. But you never take it to the public. You don't do that because first you should learn from the mistake of the past and from the previous ones. When Onyendu was kidnapped, we saw how everything played out. So obviously, I don't know what has happened between yesterday and today that, like I said, Vam is sounding apologetic, which is good. It's better late than never. So I will try to figure out, because people have to make a U-turn. They all have to make a U-turn. I don't have access to Ogen Kere, the finance minister, but I hope somewhere, since Vam is taking this route now, he probably will get to him. Everybody, I saw that Saturday when they did fundraising, I saw Dr. Joy Irobi and some of them, they all have to accept, and I mean it, before man and God. If they are not serious, if they don't want Biafra, they should just tell us so that we can as well surrender to the Fulani. Otherwise, they must come together, wherever they are making.
We can't be Fulani. If they don't want it, we want it, my brother. Don't say that. If they don't want it, you and I, we want it. You don't want
but the thing is this. They must all come together, all of them, the CEO, Dr. Ngozi Van Ogen, all of them, they must all come together and talk to Biafrans in one form, in one unity, that we're moving ahead. Because this divide and rule system, where this one they drag this side, the other one they drag this side, it's not going to work. Absolutely not going to work. That would be a distraction and destruction. We have men on the ground that are protected. Because let me tell you, if the Fulanis, if they take advantage and God forbid that they succeed, they overrun the land, and establish their people right there, eventually, when the dust is set to United Nations and whatever they might decide, then anywhere you are, you're going to stay put there. And there's no way you can turn it, because it's a country one. Now, we have a declaration. So we're a sovereign nation, but there's still a lot more work to be done. And that work is what everybody's supposed to be doing now. Queue in line behind Dr. Ngozi Orebeze until the PM comes out, because I very much know that he will be out. When, I don't know, but he definitely will come in and continue, so like I said, they all have to make a U-turn, a turnaround, and work with our COS to continue this program, because the interview she gave on that program, maybe it was on Sunday or Saturday, I can't remember exactly. It was so point on, and everything she said, it just as clear as day and night that she's out there to do the job, to do the needful. She needs the support.
You're going to come in again. Let's hear from other people. You're going to come in again.
All right.
This is your platform. You are always here with us. So
yeah,
you are always here. You're part of the platform. And I want every Biafran to know, nobody to exercise fear about the men on the ground. Some people, that is where most of them, even we are going to stream on dragging them into this issue. The men on the ground is under the United States of Biafra, and they have no problem. The Minister of Defense is in charge, is reaching out. They are doing what they have to do, and we have to also support them the best way we can. Nobody must drag them into anything, and they are not part of. Anybody that is writing anything, say men on the ground, say it or say they are not part of this nonsense. They are not part of it. The administration is where we are focused. On their own, they have no problem. They have no problem whatsoever. They are intact and they are there. So if any zoo person is rejoicing that they have nothing with this, they are still under the United States of Biafra, and all their needs have been met. So that is not something to fear. My brother Aka Onyewetere, go ahead and speak. Let's hear from you.
Morning, my fellow Biafra.
Good morning. You're welcome. No.
Good morning to my beloved brother there.
Good morning, brother.
So I'll mix in my language. I'll be speaking both Igbo and English.
Go ahead.
But for clarity, there's one thing that I want to chip in. People are all over every place saying that we should go and call Vam, Ogen Kere, and the rest of their team. Please, brother, these people, they gave us a big slap. Me, I'm a young guy, but I could not be myself that day that they came online. I could not be myself. But because I know what I am looking for, I've been an ardent follower of our Prime Minister, our Supreme Leader, and everybody that dares to speak for the liberation of Igbo. I've been an ardent follower of them. I take my time to listen to them, do all the assignments they will dish out, maybe go and check this, go and look for this. I will go and do it. During our Supreme Leader, he will say, go and browse about this, go and check this. I will take out my time to go and browse about it. But now, if these guys that we are calling in, that of a truth, they know what they are doing, they know what they are looking for, and there is a fight in-house. Looking at all that they've passed through from the hands of all these DOS, and all that they've stood upon when our Prime Minister was called for questioning, I don't see that they're supposed to come outside barely 24 hours of the just concluded the redeclaration and convention to come and be shooting on their self, on their leg in the public. I don't see a reason. I don't see the reason that these grown-up guys and their team will do such. I don't see the reason. So, and one thing I want to say again is that the violence, nobody na ga somewhere. Nkita la bro ja. Ina turn back to throw stone on that dog that is barking at you. It's not that you will not get to where you are going, you know, but the time that you have calculated to take you to where you are going, you will be delayed.
Yes,
exactly.
Each time the dog back and you turn back to pick a stone and throw on that dog, you have delayed the time you are going. Now let us put clarity on what that is happening. Now, all the leadership, as they are saying from their own camp, that all the leadership, even if there should be change of leadership, why must it be a woman? I didn't hear that.
Most of their brokers.
So, flip the whole scenario no. Many things are coming. Now, who's supposed to be fighting them like that? Is our COS and all this media team that is with the government now. Are they not supposed to be doing saga online? But they are the one that is civil. If you enter a program, he will not give you audience. If you go to their Zoom meeting, they will not give you audience. Immediately they picture that you are, they sense in their mind that you are coming to attack their group. They will tell you that they are not here for you. They will just either kick you out or mute you. Is it not a red flag? Now they started from men on the ground. If we reach someone that has been with this struggle, now they capture, as they so call it, they capture our Prime Minister for questioning, bordering on the incitement of terrorism and money laundering. If we are wise, those things did not impede us. We moved on, go for the convention and declare Biafra. If we are wise within ourselves, are we not supposed to force the fundraising and make use of the money that we have donated all this while? Or are they trying to tell us that all the money Biafrans donated for BLUT, Finland support, and the other ones that they all was used for Finland? As in, there is no any other money remaining in their hands.
Good question.
This is foolish. This is foolish. It's not comprehensible. Anyone that has a mind of reasoning, you cannot comprehend with these guys. It's not comprehensible. Okay, look at where they start. From there they jump to charter. From charter they now jump back to the dissolvement of the cabinet. Shouldn't have been. We are not stable, but our CS has been stable. All the people that support the government, we have been stable. If you listen to all the program, I listen to 247, I listen to my beloved brother, I listen to Obi-Wan, I listen to Remichu, I listen to Adadi Orama. All of them have been on one thing. Let us support the government. Okay, all this shit, if you listen to other people, they are saying that this has been an in-house fight. People are saying that, okay, Oba Tobi has seen all this, he did not want to react. See, as a man enough in your family, you've given birth and all your children are growing up. There are always a black sheep in the family that will only be going south. As a father, you have to find a tactic. Nobody should question Oba Tobi because him by himself, from all the information, the dots me myself, I'm connecting from all the revelation that is coming up. I knew that Oba Tobi knew that this will happen.
Absolutely.
That he will be called upon one day and soon. But he didn't know that it will happen before 2nd December.
Of course.
He thought that maybe after the declaration, that the thing that will start happening, because all this flag that people are saying that the people are raising in the homeland, the momentum that that the flag was hoisted will not be that momentum. If to say Oba Tobi declared Biafra, things would have happened, and he knew that after that declaration that he will be called upon. He never knew that he will not be present. But thanks to him that he was able to put the structure, because he has seen them. Let me tell you what happened in that camp. One among those camp members is a Mo. He knew or she knew everything that will play out, but he wanted to play the devil this thing on people. He now starts. I want to ask my brother a question. Though. Is it true, because I've heard it from two places, is it true that Nkeri was paying media? Is it true that he was giving media, let me not say some, is it true that he obliged to be giving media some money for their support, for their upkeep? Is it true? Were you called upon for the money, or were you not called upon, my brother? Just for clarity.
Nobody called me up. Nobody called me for such kind of a move, and nobody will dare do that. Maybe they call some people, but me, nobody reached out to me.
But Adon Rama said that Nkeri sent money to him. He now asked, what is the essence of this money? He said, for your media upkeep. Adon Rama said that she rejected the money. Now, if that is true, of which it will be true, because they've not debunked it. They've not debunked that money was not given to them. I will tell my fellow Biafran that this is a calculated effort, a calculated plan. Because for DOS to be very fully assured, beating their chest that nothing will happen, they knew. And our Oba Tobi being a wise man, when Bianca was called upon, Oba Tobi on that Zoom that day, because me, I follow everybody. He said something that as long as Bianca stay clear of our agitation and struggle, that him, Oba Tobi, will stay clear from her. That is not telling anybody not to go and work with the zoo. That work with the zoo while we are head bent in pursuing for our self-determination. That when Biafra comes, that is when he will be able to ask anybody question. So that is a wisdom, a wise thought, a wise word from our Oba Tobi. Now from a man already Jews, and the guy has been on fat. If you had followed that guy very well, he doesn't say what he did not know. Sometimes he said what is not clear, but he will say, I am not fully clear of this. And if he later found out that thing is lie, he will come out and say, what I said, sorry, I wasn't clear, this is the truth. But now the guy said that before then, he was getting tips of Bianca immediately after her appointment and inauguration. She went to Finland base and tendered to Finland, finish her embassy in Nigeria.
That is possible. That is very possible.
Simon Ekpa that her husband was the person that declared this during 1967. That all the genocide was caused as a result of her husband trying to secede from Nigeria. And she cannot withstand that again. That is why they are of Nigeria. And if you look at that presentation, it's a constructive presentation.
Yes.
And she's now the foreign minister.
Absolutely.
So even if other people want to submit submit letter headed submit letter to Finnish embassy, he must bear her signature.
Yes.
So they will believe whatever she said. So, and looking, going back to that man that we called our prime minister's father in Finland. See, I have to digest his address to us again. He said that this is politically motivated. That he believes his own opinion. He's a Finnish citizen. He has been in their state or in their country. He knows everybody. We that is here in Nigeria, if we are living here in Nigeria for the past all your years, you will know. Even let's say past 9 years, you will know what is obtainable in Nigeria. So the man saying that he knew that this is a geopolitics and it is politically motivated. Now let us not be saying that we should go and call. One thing I want to say about this our struggle. Do you know what is taking us back? What that is dragging us back, that is making us not to get, as in we see this thing will be like nearly. You say nearly cannot kill a bird. It's because of, for the quest of accommodating everybody, we pack in moles.
I agree with you 100%. And it can no longer happen again.
If we want to move forward now, that our Ambazonian speaker said that Norway that arrested his comrade before they got their independence, that they shoot everybody that was against them. And after the independence, they still collectively killed all the people that stood against their independence. That is how we can get peace in Igbo land. Because that 1960, that 20-pound mentality of our people, he's still doing many things. So it's something that you can salvage yourself by yourself. When you sit down, understand it, that is when every Igbo man will go away from that. Otherwise, that is because it has been inbuilt in us. Everybody's after money. Okay, you have been in the US for 20 years. That the money you are getting there is in circle. When you get paid, they collect it from staff. Before you start building, if you don't want to do fraud, you have to go and stay and see that your papers are okay so that you will be able to get loan and come and use it to build. And now, all of a sudden, somebody now offer you the money that you have been looking for your life. My brother, if you don't know where you are going, you will have a second thought. And when that second thought comes, you will say, let me collect this money. With the assurance that you know that Biafra will come. Because everybody, that one is circumstance. Everybody knows that Biafra will come. But when Biafra will come, nobody knows. So they will say, let us be moving. Let us be moving. So if we want to, even if there should be peace talk or resolution, I will advise you people that are head bent in this struggle. Even if those guys will later realize their mistake quick, if they will not take the seat of DOS, if they should realize their mistake quick, go back to their vomit, comes back, brother, let them be seen as every Biafran, because when Biafra comes, we are not going to kill anybody.
Sorry, are you saying DOS or COS?
I'm talking of this group that is fighting our government. I say if they
fighting the COS.
Yes. If there
Okay.
should be resolution tomorrow that they make U-turn and goes back to their, because for them to make U-turn, it means that they are going back to their vomit. If they should come back, please and please, let them be kept on the floor. Let them be just reduced to normal Biafra. If they want to contribute, they should contribute. They should not be allowed to head any post again. They should not be allowed to come close to the system again for them to know, have intel. Because if that's why I always say that many people are just chanting. This current struggle now, this BRICS, this one being headed by our prime minister. Many people join that have not been in support of Biafra before. So you cannot come and many people join
what you're suggesting now
when they see what prime minister is doing. Many people join. So people that have not followed Nnamdi all these years, or Juku Wazirike them, that have seen the problem that we have, they just join when they see that what this guy is doing is right. This is the way we will go. This guy is serious. So they don't know the antecedents of people. Because anybody that have followed Nnamdi from, let's say from I followed Nnamdi from 2012 till today. I followed Wazirike. I read all about them. So when this thing happened, I just say, what they did is to show the world that all this while that we are not serious, they are scam. Of which the news is carrying it now that the scam of Biafra people have been revealed. Because if they say these people meant well for us, they would have waited until that tension is doused down. It's only that in their body language, people will notice that something is wrong. Maybe they will not be coming to the media again. All this their group, they will not be coming to the media again. But if they say they are wise, they really meant well for us, they will just keep quiet. For the fact, from their own group now, they are saying that they have intel that Obatobie will be out very soon. They would have been quiet to hear from the horse's mouth when Obatobie comes. Who will Obatobie side? Because Obatobie is a wise man. Even if he comes out tomorrow, he will not just come in the public and say these people are saboteur. He will just pass his message in a coded language. People that will read the message will understand. So let us not be saying that we should go and call them. Because from what we have seen so far, from the side of COS and USB, the lady is doing her job. And all the people that the cabinet has, they are now people that are civilized. They are civil. They know what they are doing. They allow everybody to air their mind. So let us we that believe on the side of USB. Let us forget about them. Let us not be turning back to throw stone to the dog. If they want to, as days comes, that is how you know who is pregnant. They say that ndị was na dey put female aka. Agala say onye adime na onye adime. Ọ bụ na female apụtabere. O nwere ike onye decide ije ma abortion. Echebe mgbe female ga-apụta. So ka anyị gba nkịtị ka amara ihe anụnwa sị na ọ dị ime. Chukwu ga-eme amara ka ala aga. Because mgbe ndị DOS bido gbaba Simon mgba, onwe onye ma na Simon ga-aga this far. Ha gbagide mgbatiti ha hapụzi ihe gbasara ihe ha kwesịrị ikwu kwubeze so ihe Simon. Ọkwa nke a na ndị a bidoro kụba yawu online ka ha bidoro kwube na ala enwe meeting, la ala enwe radio broadcast, la ala enwe fundraising, ele ebupụta picture ebe ụmụ ha were akwa Biafra akwa. Ọ bụ ihe a ka a chọrọ. We have gone past that. So let us focus. Biko no kan la onye ọbụla because for these 3 days now, even I have unsubscribed from all their channel because he this my brother leku na when you all leku go draw attention kwa yan apụtara kwuola people are on follow gear. You have just to draw attention. When you see it, you see that he want to. If you go and listen to that broadcast already this morning now, after this, you will see he's yapping rubbish because I've seen what he posted on S. He's still yapping rubbish. So here on the market, just to draw crowd. And the man if the caption,
Listen. Yes, you can say that, whatever, but there's need to come together because a divided house can never stand. They have their own followers. Like I said, that Saturday, I was surprised to see Dr. Joy Irobi, and so many of them, they have their own followers. So there's need to come together in every way possible. If they are willing to show, contrive, if they are willing.
My brother, let me come in here on this very issue we are talking about. I think it is something that is settled. This very government under Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, you and I know how he runs his government. He has said it several times that once you fall out, you fall out. We are not quarreling with you. We are not fighting with you. But when we get to Biafra land, the law of the land will take its course. If you have offended the Biafrans in any way, the law of the land will follow you. If you're not offended the Biafran cause, the law will set you free and you will keep on going. But the issue of the government have not stopped. Though. I don't know why people are thinking that maybe things have stopped. We will now go and hold a meeting before we can proceed. The government of the United States of Biafra have never stopped operation from one day. Everything is going on normal the way it should be. It's going on. The international community that's supposed to reach out are reaching out. Every letter is coming to COS. Calls are coming to her. She is responding. Attending meetings on behalf of Master America, the Prime Minister. So anything that will bring a distraction is not really, nobody is paying attention to those distractions. Where we are focused now is if you know what you yourself can do to make sure that we gain favor or the recognition continue, we go ahead. Any what we can do to support our men on the ground, we continue to do it under the United States of Biafra. If anybody feels that he's part of the government, do what you have to do to promote the government and let it continue to run. But for any private meeting, for nobody is a sacred cow in this very issue. Nobody is a sacred cow. Once you fall out, that is the word of the Prime Minister. Once you fall out, you fall out. But now the only person that will have the right to speak now, or to maybe say, okay, you now come back, it is only the Prime Minister. Once he comes back, if he decides to add more people into the cabinet that we know today, no, you can't challenge that. He is in charge of the office. That very office that belongs to him, office of the Prime Minister, the only person that has the right to add people or say, okay, this person is not functioning well, you go up, it is him when he comes. But as it stands today, the only person that is now running that office is the COS. And whoever that doesn't want to work with her, there is no point. Someone that says he doesn't want to work for the office of the Prime Minister, you don't want to work with the office, why must you go and hold a meeting or beg the person? You don't beg. You don't. If you feel you can work with the office of the Prime Minister, whenever you feel you can be able to work with the office of the Prime Minister, you can begin to do what you have to do on your own side to support the Biafra, United States of Biafra. It is very sad to see somebody who claimed to be standing for us and you are talking against the very declaration that was just made a child that is just how many months, it's not up to 1 month old. A newborn baby, not up to 1 month old, that's supposed to be fed with milk and water and all. Make sure that that new baby did not starve. What you could do is to focus attention on the mother of the baby. You begin to attack the mother of the baby, starving the mother of the baby. What do you expect? How would the mother of the baby even have the mind and if not a strong woman, it will be very difficult for the mother of the baby to pay attention to the baby or feed the newborn baby. We have a newborn baby that we must have to feed. Now that should be our own focus, every one of us. What are we going to do? Let us continue to celebrate and promote the declaration of the restoration of Biafra. The Biafra has not been restored fully on the ground. We are now moving into the restoration, and that restoration of Biafra on the ground is a major key. And when we go to that restoration, another changes will come. Oh,
yeah.
People are crying now because of this one. When you go on the ground, there will be another change.
Yeah.
The people that are going to constitute the interim government will be there. Those ones will come. And when those ones come, many people you are sitting today will not be there. And after that one, there will be election, which you and I will vote.
Yeah, referendum.
The governors. Even our chief of staff might not even be there. If she doesn't perform well now in that vote, will you vote for her? If she decides to contest. Our parents will also contest.
Don't you think that
you to vote for them or not?
There may be also a referendum because, like I said, there are people like the Ijos and the Akwa Ibom and the rest of them. There are those who know that they are Biafrans, they believe in it, but there are those who doesn't believe too, who are ready also to fight. So at the end of the day, there's going to be a referendum, because some will say go with 5 states or whatever. Now that is not realistic because Delta State, where like the Anyomas and Okwanes and the rest of them, they are all Igbo speakers. And they want Biafra.
So who are talking about 5 states are ignorant. They don't know the
so at the end of the day, referendum will settle it so that majority will always carry the vote. That's how it works everywhere. Bomas, I wanted to quickly say that when Bianca was appointed, I personally knew that it was very strategic. That was like you can maybe a master stroke on their part, but in a way, I feel like collectively we can nullify it because Bianca is very significant. I mean, it doesn't get any more significant than the wife, the living wife of the originator, which is Dimo Jugo himself. So the appointment they gave him, and so that is why it came to the realization that the enemy and so the rest of this and the still me not be honest. I don't know, but
is this from a side? Can you hear him? We can't hear you. Sister Mary, can you hear him?
His network is cracking, it's bad. His network is bad.
We can't hear you.
Cannot hear.
You can go out and come back again. Your network is very bad. We can't hear you at all. We can't.
Meet him.
I think it's from his network. His network is very. Where is the noise coming from? Okay, I think I mute everybody. Let's see. I think the noise is from Oba. Oba, I've muted. You don't unmute. When it's your turn to talk, then you can be able to unmute. So as we were saying, and our brother was trying to talk about Bianca, I want everyone to understand one thing. Bianca being the wife of Ojukwu doesn't mean anything to us. We don't care. Bianca, whatever, I don't know why we are giving people relevance who are not relevant. We give the relevance to the person that worked for us. Our eternal leader, Dim Ojukwu, fought for us. We respect him. We hold him to highest esteem. Anything that, just like Mazen Nnamdi, this one will say his wife, his brother. Who cares? Those people are only relevant to Nigerian government because they want to use them to manipulate those they want to. For you, this Biafra, the way it is for me is the way it is for my sister Mary here. It is the way it is for my brother over here. It is the way it is for Akonyo Wetere. We are equal stakeholders. If tomorrow Master Simon can wake up and say he's no longer interested, will I say because he's not interested, I will not support Biafra again? That's madness. If Master Nnamdi can come tomorrow and say, oh, he's not interested again, he's now one Nigeria. For that, now all of us will now say we are one Nigeria. What kind of nonsense is that? And that is what they are pushing forward. When they say that Master Simon is instigating, it is not Master Simon instigating anybody. Master Simon is pursuing his own cause. We are all pursuing our own cause. It is not about Master Simon. It is about you yourself, and your generation unborn. So when they use Bianca, whoever, to play their game, who cares? Who cares? This is their own plan, their own game. They know that people know Dim Ojukwu, and you play him. What has he married Bianca Ojukwu when they fought the war? Bianca Ojukwu was not his wife during the Civil War. She wasn't his wife. He has other children. He has other wives. Bianca did not fight the war with him. She doesn't know anything about the war. That she became the wife of Ojukwu, what does that mean to us? It doesn't mean anything. If she has sense, she would have stayed on her lane, just like the Prime Minister told her. Remember, our Prime Minister told her, stay on your lane. You are a politician, stay on your lane. Whether you are a wife or whatever to our eternal leader, we don't care. We don't care. That your title doesn't have anything to do with us. The only person we know in that place is the man himself, our eternal leader, Dim Ojukwu, and we give him all his respect. The same with Mazen Nnamdi. The person we know is Mazen Nnamdi, and we give him all his respect. If anyone decides to attach his name himself to that name, you attach yourself to that name, and for that you think you can deceive Biafra. You cannot deceive anybody. The suffering now, we are the ones suffering it, not any family member suffering it. We are the ones suffering. We are the one dying. We are the one in the front. We are the one talking anyway. So why would the appointment don't mean nothing to us? We don't need to pay attention to all those nonsense, and they cannot stop us. And if you're a Biafran, because you see this person is the wife of Ojukwu, you never anything she talk, you agree. You're a crazy person. You are stupid. You see somebody because he's brother of Mazen Nnamdi or his wife of Mazen Nnamdi, anything the person talk, you agree. You are a stupid person. You don't know what you want.
100%.
You don't know what you want. You don't know what you want. This thing is not about anything. It's about you yourself. What do you want? Okay. What do you want? You yourself. What do you want? You yourself. That is the most important thing. Not looking at my brother, uncle, my friend, my this. We don't care. What we want is the United States of Biafra. And if you are defend the United States of Biafra. Don't defend the human being. That institution is where we are focused. Anybody that is in that institution, in that office, whoever is there, that person, we support that person to the last. Anybody in that office, we support that person. If you leave the office, somebody come again, that's the person who we support. We don't care about individuals. It's not about you. It's not about the person that is there. It's about the office. The office, we have to protect it. And where we are today, United States of Biafra, we will defend it and protect it. Akonyo, please make it brief so that other people can say, just give us the information you're talking about.
On Sunday, I'm on last space with this our brother from Ndofemiribo, Okocha Marcel Happiness. So then, only one of our brother among maybe that our brothers is poor, but I don't follow in Nigeria, and Obugo and elderly man.
Yeah.
So the problem, the program that guy email, the topic buna na August after Sunday, ndejidere l'Enugu since the Prime Minister for online. We go see after her. Almost was it 7 of them? They terrorize Enugu.
Yeah.
So the guy la just say ma na here no market na the dot la connect. We send them man si fuo ihe mere ndị Igbo ji eme onwe ha. So we kwuo kucha the guy say na nke nkwu according to my own side not the kwamma. So mgbe this man abata this man we say na ya da account ihe nkwuru. But ni ndị ji ndị Igbo bụ ndị Britain na ndị Fulani jihadist military Islamite. Always no the man who no bruna among the most only haleme. Over the number I will post that is this thing. A post from you be one day. Post that this thing he or no bruna here Dr. Ngozi or Abezem on 29. No no me here. Now that thing Kemi Lawrence Kuru na game heavy attack on 30. Na ha choro ka ha launch ya attack la by una who go want to launch attack during 67 after he declared Biafra. Now to him launch attack. No, that thing that attack is the last. Now the whole world was watching what you people did in Finland. And I don't think we launch attack now. No carry me. Oku Biafra now carry you can online. Why? No, that declaration those calculated attack. Oku didn't have the information from Kemi Lawrence. All the good information I am with the information didn't tell. No, I bring here that attack. Here that attack. You could see me on November 30th and now calculated group with their team, even with the governors. No, I media with the help of Britain. So, Oweburu another dot Marukusi connect. As at yesterday now, the guys now when we program the House of Senate and I push for Iwepu Sharia law as a personal something in the Nigerian constitution. Now this is the follow to grant a bail of 50 million. At the Nigerian police, I don't go to another charge, another 7 charges, citizens in the name. Apugafuya Langa again. No, I am not in December 20. Also, not that guy, and after the program, I debate for Iwepu Sharia as a personal something. Call this general in Nigeria. Now the guy called Nnamdi, and the guy for the SCD, we have already happened. So I'm going to have the number with my brother. I'm saying direct those things or then that to coach myself. So no,
okay, I will call my number. I will call my number. I'll take down my number. I will call my also number. Just take it down so that you can set down the things.
Check out what I want to do. So this thing now we have a pota. Mere nji sinde mmadu. Ewekweli we nji sinde mmadu. Onye obuna CK for na na azo nwere onwe a. All because of his own way. Like mama now before this division and the Emrema these people know against us now. But I told them a dysfunction on my brain. All the people now when dealing with their brain at the whole wide enough, you accommodate every junk. So I am happy. But during before this in when the last day gagi, Obruki say make your own analysis. And when they like Yawa but only soon about some more one we see information because all of us are ambassadors of the country. Yeah. You seek information wide and near. Use your brain to connect the dots. So this is all me. Only black doubting of doubting mind whether my hyena. That draw. I can't just know when this Surunu Babosa during the Prime Minister Potara. Even in Angotan, the Prime Minister didn't know from 2019. Or when they go as at last year after the election,
absolutely. Yes, you're right.
So you have been here for rule. So no soon, so where from when they Potara. Also where was Rike. Ronya Haga second Yama Heavy Aquaco. Mbosika Hamebe Kwaku that day Hapatara Hamudido. But subsequently, Ronya has to go seek information all around with Maraboko. So I have been here. He has many people. I'm a home. He had Nigeria plan right. Over no one like I put in high. I swear to God. No one outside and we're going to see you. You had the basic coyade. You know, Banahugo. I swear to God, man, all these gullible people, so-called our people, they hear Master Prophet. He said he's not siding anybody, but we should. All this while and how they go. Can you even think that Kunu the book say pants you where somebody go? All this while and then they go. Who le metia? All because of one of those autonomy when you can like a boy lady. On element the buy. Psychopath.
Biafra.